Oh, okay, guys. We're live. This is just something a bit different. I'm joined with Gerard, aka Sonic, and we're going to discuss Avengers Infinity War, which premiered, well, 24 hours ago. So, yeah, we're going to discuss. Well, this is going to be a spoiler stream, so we're going to discuss what happened, what we think this means, and what will happen next. Yeah, Jared, if you want to start and tell us about what you thought of the film, then.
I just want to say first, obviously, spoilers ahead.
Yeah.
Um, I thought for like a 2 hour and 40 minute film, I thought it went by pretty fast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like you
Mm.
never really got bored of it.
Oh, definitely. Oh God, it was a whirlwind though, wasn't it? Let's be honest.
It was it was sort of weird seeing like different combinations, like a Thor and a Rocket Raccoon.
Oh
It,
yeah, cause he went to the, he got into that ship, didn't he? And he met them there, didn't he? Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah,
So,
it was sort of just weird seeing them talk to each other.
oh God, yeah, it was. Because it was Loki. Well, it was him and Loki versus Thanos and his minions, and Thanos basically killed Loki. So, spoilers, anyone. But yeah, that's basically what happened, and that's how he ended up on the ship. So, yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I thought the film was really intense, and it went by so quickly. It's like I bought like a large slushy and a large portion of nachos, and I didn't even finish half of it by the time the film ended because I was just on the edge of my seat the whole time. So yeah, yeah.
It's
So
it's
yeah, it felt like 1.5 hours rather than 2.5. To be fair.
yeah, it's one of the few films to where the villain actually wins.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I think it was somebody posted in the bullet chat. Spoiler: everyone dies.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought you
I
were
think it was
joking.
Miles. It was Miles,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I thought he was joking about it.
Oh God.
But
So
literally
has
everyone
anyone out of
died.
our lot actually seen the film yet, apart from us two? I don't think so.
Oh, oh well, so there'll be spoilers anyway.
Oh God, yeah. But. But I don't know where to. I don't know. Let's just start from the beginning because it was Thanos. He was wasn't it after Thor Ragnarok that the film started, right? I think.
Yeah, I think it's right after it.
But I don't. Well, I don't know what really. I haven't seen any of the Thor films. So what happened? In Ragnarok, apart from the Hulk fight, what happened at the end? I didn't see the film.
Um, Basically, you got these like newfound powers, as you've probably seen him flying about with lightning and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he basically became a lot more powerful because he became the official god of thunder and got all the powers along with it.
Oh, okay. So he sort of succeeded like Odin, Odin, right?
Yeah. Um,
Okay.
I
Hmm.
can't remember if there was any Infinity Stones in there. I think there
Oh,
were certain one at the start, but
oh,
they sort of
oh,
went on a different plot.
oh, yeah. Because no, there was because was that Doctor was no, it was the Collector, wasn't it? Actually, the Collector, right? Was that his name? He stole the stone. Thinking
Oh
Doctor.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's Doctor Strange as well. But Doctor Strange had a stone around. He held the stone, wasn't it? Wasn't it part of his magic or something? It was one of
yeah.
his oath.
It was the thing that controlled time.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a part of his magic, and also it was the oath to the what was it? I forgot what it was. The ancient one, where his oath was, "Oh, I protect this stone." Mm,
Yeah, and
yeah,
so basically them falling in the wrong hands.
yeah, and then it was, oh, what were the other ones? There was the Vision's head. There's another stone there, and there's oh God, what was the other one? I think didn't Thanos already have one, right? I think he already had one, so he had to find four, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
like he got one from the Tesseract,
Oh yeah.
one from the guy on the planet, or is that like planet where um basically everything goes wrong and she gets captured.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
what?
It's another one.
Vision.
Oh, yeah. It was the one where he met the Red Skull, wasn't it? That one.
Oh yeah, that one where he had to throw off the cliff.
Oh, God. That was shocking. But I didn't, not shocking as in, as I thought, like, the shocking the way he did it, as in how, but I honestly, I wasn't shocked after he did it, because he's really evil. But, he did have some humanity in him.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It was sort of a question of will he actually do it? Does he have the balls to do it?
Yeah. As you found out, he does. So, yeah. It's
Like
ridiculous.
how far is he willing to go to get his goals here?
Yeah. But he's been built up over, is it since like pretty much every film during the event after the first Avengers, he had some sort of little cameo in there, right? Or a reference, I think. So is
Yeah,
it
the more
up to this? Yeah.
the more talked about him, even whenever like they mention the Tesseract and say, "Oh, I don't think they mentioned him directly, but this they talked about some higher form of power."
Mm. Yeah. But it's weird because he looked slightly different in every film, and I found that really weird. Was it just the CGI at the time, or I don't know what?
It's probably a mix of like the designers and the CGI.
Hmm. Yeah. He looked like way more like he looked like blue in the first Avengers film, and I sort of like not like light purplish. So it looks a bit different, really. But yeah. I thought he was a great villain. Like a no bullshit villain. He just went straight out. He didn't really have any origins or build up. He just went straight out of the gate, which I liked actually.
Yeah, and he also made like a moral point to where it was like, yeah, I may have killed like half of the planet, but they're in a much
Yeah.
better position now than they were.
Mm, yeah. 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 It's sort of like it's sort of like in like say what a thing, I need to kill people to make it better, that sort of. So yeah, it's sort of that thing. It's like the grow back and become better in his eyes, I think. Mm,
Yeah, I think so.
yeah. So I'll go to Wikipedia just quickly and look at the plot. Yeah, but it was. I thought one of the coolest moments was easily when Iron Man activated his nano suit. That he had on him the whole time. I thought that was really cool because this was part of a, imagine like a hybrid between Iron Man 3 and this Iron Man, if you will. I think it's pretty much like that. So, mm, but yeah, but also I thought the Hulk was actually, the Hulk fight at the beginning was really good, but it's Thanos, so he overpowered him in the end and knocked him out. But yeah, but I have to say one of the highlights of the film was definitely, I forgot what his name was, but it was the sort of like the faceless, the got a telekinetic guy that does Thanos' bidding. I forgot what his name was, but yeah, I think it was him. No, I thought he was really good. I thought he was quite menacing.
Yeah, but I see him like just serve more as a henchman, and it's just like, yeah, if anybody's gonna die first out of the Thanos team, it's you.
Yeah. Oh yes, Ebony Moore. That's the one. That's his name. So he has genius level intellect, telepathy, telekinesis, and mind control, which obviously, yeah. So and the other three, they were sort of like this. He had like the Hulk equivalent. He had like a female character, and then he had a couple more, including the guy I just mentioned. So yeah, but the thing is, like, we just got that. We just got the one guy that I just mentioned. He had all the screen time, and the other hench people didn't get any time. I thought that was a bit sad, actually. Hmm.
Yeah, and like there wasn't really any like story established for him. He was just sort of there.
Yeah. Because he was. Yeah. I mean, they just came down to earth and took over. Basically, they didn't have any build up or anything. So yeah. Cull Obsidian, Ebony Maw, Proxima Midnight. Oh, that's the female one. Ah, invulnerability, superhuman strength. Yeah, because she was going up against Black Widow and what was it? It was T'Challa's sister, wasn't it? I think.
What is it?
The thing is, no, was it Proxima Midnight? Wasn't she the one that went against Black Widow? And was it? I think it was T'Challa's sister. I think it was. I think it was anyway, because they had all the fancy tech on their planet, the army, the Wakandan army. I thought it was actually really really interesting because wasn't the whole thing? Have you seen Black Panther?
Yeah, I didn't like it all that much, to be honest.
No, I haven't. That's why I haven't seen it because I'm just sort of, from what I've seen, from clips I've seen, I thought I might as well watch it in my own time, on like Putlocker or something, that sort of thing. But yeah, but I've heard it was very important when it came to sort of the actual cinematic universe because he sort of like opened up Wakanda and he basically. If we didn't have the Black Panther film, like none of the Wakandan stuff would be happening, basically. And I thought it was really cool how he gave Bucky that, ultra powerful vibranium arm that was like way stronger than his old one. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like even the new Spider-Man suit.
Iron Spider, yeah. So that was really cool.
The one that he refused to take.
Oh yeah.
It just got forced on him.
Oh yeah. Because Tony was like, deploy this suit, and then we found out it was the Spider-Man suit. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, because I remember at the end of the Spider-Man film, he was like, I don't want to be an Avenger. I'll just go back home, be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, just do my thing. So yeah. But yeah, I thought the Iron Spider suit was really good, and I thought it was very comic accurate as well. Actually, I thought it was very, because in the comics he has like it's basically like his Spider-Man suit, but it has like titanium armor, and he also has like those 8 retractable spider legs as well, which is comic accurate as well. So yeah, I thought his suit was one of the highlights. Yeah, Iron Spider, because he has all those tentacles, and I couldn't really tell, but was he still using standard web shooters, right, in his arm, even though he was using a upgraded suit, right? Was it standard?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Because I think didn't he develop those web shooters himself, right? And I think like he had it in his Tony Stark armor and this one as well in the Homecoming, right? But yeah, I mean, I thought he was a really good villain, but the thing with Spider-Man is, like a bug, he gets thrown about everywhere, which I find quite funny.
Yeah, he's just sort of naive. Like he doesn't really take in what's going on. He just sort of messes about a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's because in Spider-Man: Homecoming, wasn't it the one where he tried to deal with that ferry that was like splitting in half, right? And he basically fucked it up even more.
Yeah, like he made it like far worse than it actually did. Like the ferry didn't even need to split; he was just making mistakes.
Oh god, yeah, that was mad. But yeah, I mean, I thought Homecoming was a really good film. I thought it was how should I say this? Like, I thought it was very light-hearted. Like, I'd say it's probably the most light-hearted and like down-to-earth Spider-Man film we've had out of all of them, I think.
I guess it's sort of just more to take away from the reboot they tried to do with Andrew Garfield.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I heard that it was they had the first film did really well, the second film was meh, and the third film got cancelled because apparently he didn't turn up to some dinner event or something. I've heard. Can't remember, but apparently he got kicked out of the project, so it got cancelled. But weren't they supposed to have the Sinister Six in that film, right? I think.
I'm not too sure. I didn't really look into much of the production of it.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Amazing Spider-Man 3. Because I remember they had the Tobey Maguire one, and they were supposed to do Spider-Man 4, weren't they?
Yeah, they were supposed to do Spider-Man 4, and I think they were like... I think Marvel's excuse was like, oh no, we don't need this thing, but like, whenever the Amazing Spider-Man reboot came in, it went and did that thing anyway.
Mm, yeah, because I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 3. I'm just having a look at this. The plan involved not only resurrection of both Gwen Stacy and her father, but also Gwen becoming something like a Spider-Gwen character, who has since debuted in the comics in 2015. For those not familiar with the comics, Spider-Gwen, basically Gwen Stacy with Spider-Man. To add to that, also planned some villain-centric films as well. Sinister Six and Venom. Casting villains in the lead role isn't something that gets done a whole lot, especially not in comic book movies, make it particularly controversial. Even rumors that Felicity Jones might get her own spin-off as Felicia Hardy, Black Cat. But yeah, from what I've apparently heard, that it was supposed to be the Sinister Six in the next film. But yeah, I mean, what did you think of Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man? Just curious.
Um, I think it was the film quality was more to do with the directing and the storytelling than the actual actors. Like I think he did
Hmm.
fine. It's just
Yeah,
the directing.
yeah. I mean, it was mainly just how should I say this? It was I just thought it was the pacing and the way it was sort of set. I didn't like it as much as the Tobey Maguire films personally.
I think at points it tried to be edgy where it didn't need to be.
Mm. Oh yeah, and it's sort of like it didn't with Spider-Man. It's sort of like a character that humor and stuff like that comes to him naturally, whereas they just forced it in there. I didn't like that either.
Yeah, and Andrew Garfield, like he's a good actor, but
Uh,
he's probably not suited for that kind of quick shoot by the hip kind of humor.
mm. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there was so many actors. Apparently, I think it was the guy that played Peter Malark in the Hunger Games. He was going to play Spider-Man in that film, but obviously Andrew Garfield got it. And it was really cool. They actually showed the audition tapes for all the actors, and it was actually really well done. It was quite cool. But yeah, I mean, it was. What do you think? What do you think is the best? Um, the best out of the three Spider-Man sort of series so far,
Um,
out of the three actors and stuff.
Tom Holland, I haven't seen all that much of him compared to the other two, but I think there's a lot of potential there to like fully reboot that universe
Hmm.
and like probably do it right this time.
Yeah.
And if they're really lucky, they could probably do it better than the Sam Raimi ones. Though
Hmm.
you'll probably get a lot of people with nostalgia glasses on who will just deny any new thing
Yeah.
that comes to them.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, because they have way more things to do now. Because Spider-Man, they've signed Spider-Man on as an official one of the front runners in the MCU, so they've say it's way more stuff to do with him now.
well, he's an official Avenger now, so there's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And he's going to have another MCU film in 2020 after Avengers 4, I think, as well. Hmm. But apparently there wasn't there this is it Venom coming out in October, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, like that sort of came out like the trailer for that was like really sudden. They Marvel usually has their films like 1 or 2 years in advance.
Hmm.
This one was like, alright, it's coming out in a couple of months.
What do you mean? The trailer came out very suddenly, like way closer to the film's release. You mean in that?
Yeah, like I haven't heard of any Venom film before this point. Well, at least before the
Oh
trailer.
yeah.
Anyway.
No, I heard of it because, like I mentioned, they've been developing like the Venom film since like 2007. But obviously now, since Spider-Man started to take off again, they can sort of do it. But I mean, it's like how should I say this? The trailer was quite sudden because you've got like 4 5 months or five months until the film comes out, less than that even now. But but the trailers for like Infinity War, the teasers and stuff, they came out Q3 of last year, so it was quite a big, wait to the film anyway. And I remember Iron Man 3, the trailer came out in like October and it got released at the end of April, so it was a big wait. Mm.
Well, Marvel usually tends to just pace out their trailers like one every couple of months.
Oh yeah. Because they have the teaser, then like the trailer one, and then they have like the full-on big trailer two, isn't it? I think that's how it works, right?
Yeah, and then the last trailer will probably show like one minor spoiler.
Oh
and
yeah.
then just some big action thing, and then that'll be it.
Hmm. Oh yeah. The worst trailer whenever, not just Marvel, but Marvel and DC in general, when it came to spoilers, was Batman versus Superman. That was one of the worst when it came to spoilers.
I walked out of that film angry.
What? Really?
I did not like that film.
Oh wow. No, I saw the whole thing because I went to see it with a family, but even they were like, "It's not that good," because they're all Marvel fans too. So, mm,
Yeah, it's like the hyped up. Oh, who's gonna win this fight? Who's gonna win this fight? You never really got any conclusion. The sword just stopped to fight something else,
mm,
and to me, it sort of felt like you were watching three different films. Like
yeah,
the story just felt really disjointed.
yeah, because you had yeah, because you had sort of they had to cram in well, Batman's origins, well, sort of his like post, his older self sort of origins. They had to cram in Lex Luthor's origins, and they had to cram in, like Wonder Woman as well. So you had to cram in like three origins into one film, and it didn't really work at all.
I still like. I think the Batman story is basically common knowledge at this point. I don't
Oh
think they
yeah,
really need to show it again.
no. Well,
And
it's like with Spider-Man because everyone knows, oh, he's got bitten by a radioactive spider, he becomes a superhero, that sort of thing. So I think most people know the origin, but I mean, it would have been nice to have more like flashbacks and sort of build up the story a bit more. I thought.
like there was one scene out of that. I swear it was basically just Batman Begins reshot. Like the scene where he falls down the well and then there's a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of bats.
Mm.
Like that was either reshot or they just completely ripped it all together. Because I
Yeah.
remember I remember seeing that.
Mm. Yeah. And also it was just I'm not sure about Gotham. Is that a separate TV show, right? Is that has nothing to do with the DCU at all? Is that separate?
Yeah, I think that's more I think that's more centered on the villains than like Batman himself. I think it's meant to be when Bruce Wayne's a kid, but the villains are still in the early days.
Mm. Yeah, because in the latest one, doesn't he start becoming Batman or something?
I honestly have not been following it.
No, I haven't watched any Gotham, but I mean, I'm not sure if they have done it, but they haven't really explained like the Ra's al Ghul and stuff. But that's how he became Batman. Really, he got trained by him. So yeah. But yeah, and also I found it really funny the Deadpool 2 trailer where he poked fun at the DCEU. I thought that was really funny as well.
Oh, Deadpool 2. I just more or less can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
Like, that is one on my priority list.
Oh, definitely. Because he was like, oh, this is like the DCEU. It's getting way too dark. Oh God. No, I love Deadpool. I just thought it's sort of like it's like a kids TV show, but for adults, isn't it? Basically, like Deadpool the film.
Yeah, I have a friend that sent me like a video recently. It was basically that scene of the first scene of Deadpool where he's like in the car and he's beating them up.
Hmm.
It's basically just sort of that replaced with Ed and Eddie sound effects,
Yeah.
and it was pretty funny. I should send you out sometime. But
Oh, sure, sure. Send it. Just DM me on Twitter or something. Because yeah, that'd be pretty funny. And also, I like the way that he breaks the fourth wall. He's like, okay, kids, let's go into this fight. That sort of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
he just doesn't care what he says, and there are some arguments to just say that's pandering, but I'd say it's just more of a character trait.
Hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that because this is a lot more like to do with was it Cable? I think.
Um, Cable, and there was another one.
I
I'm
can't
not too
remember.
sure.
I'm just having a look now. Deadpool 2 wiki. X Force, that's the one. Deadpool forms a team of mutants called the X Force to protect young mutant Russell from the time traveling soldier Cable. Yeah, that's the one.
I should
Uh,
really watch the first Deadpool. I haven't watched it in like ages.
oh wow, it's a great film. Let's have a look. Russell, a young mutant team being hunted by Cable, Dennis. Okay. It's just Russell. I don't know much. Domino's the other one. Oh yeah, I remember her from the TV shows. A mercenary, Domino, a mercenary with a mutant ability to manipulate luck, who joins Deadpool's X-Force team. I think. Well, she's on the good side anyway. So yeah, that should be interesting. I think that might be the other mutant you're referring to because you've got. Was it? No, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She was in the last one. I think it's Black Tom Cassidy was the other one. And he said it says a mutant who can create energy through plants. I think that's the one.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go to. I'll just be right back here. I'm just gonna be 2 seconds.
All right, sure. All right. So while Gerald's gone, I'll just run you through this. So Deadpool 2 is it's sort of like a continuation of Deadpool 1, basically. So they sort of have their own little team. So basically, what happens is, well, Deadpool, the first film, basically happens because in X-Men: Days of Future Past, they rewrite the timeline. Because how should I say this? Because Wolverine traveled back to 1973 before he got the adamantium claws. And yeah, in the Wolverine film, he basically got his adamantium claws cut off by the Silver Samurai because he like heated it up. He had like a heated up adamantium suit, so he basically just cut his claws off, and then he grew back his bone claws for a bit. He went back to 1973. Then he got his bone claws still because obviously he didn't have the adamantium surgery. And yeah, that's basically it because he has his the adamantium procedure around late 70s, early 80s, I think. So about 10 years after. So yeah, he gets his claws back at least, and it turns back to normal. And then obviously they have X-Men Apocalypse, and then that happens, and then obviously Logan. Oh, so he basically it's set in 2029, so 20 years after. So he basically sort of what's the word? He sort of ages a lot faster because I think it's just the fact that he got older, and plus the adamantium bones just sort of weighed his healing factor down, so he couldn't keep up. So he's actually starting to get wounded and stuff at that point. So he had loads of battle scars and stuff. But yeah, I mean that's basically it. This Deadpool wouldn't exist if they didn't make that film in 2014. So yeah, and they are going to put Deadpool in the MCU at some point because Deadpool's very new, and also like everyone likes him, and also because Disney is purchasing the film division of Fox, and obviously Fox owns all the X-Men films and that sort of thing. So yeah, Deadpool should be in the MCU in the future. Personally, what I'd really love to see is a Deadpool and a Spider-Man film. I think that'd be brilliant, personally. But yeah, I really enjoyed Deadpool, and I think Deadpool 2 is going to be fun. But it's just really close to Infinity War because you've got what 19 days gap or something ridiculous. So yeah, there you go. All right. So I was just explaining sort of to pass the time about how Deadpool works, and in fact he's going to come to the MCU, and how the X-Men Days of Future Past, how that if that film didn't exist, then Deadpool wouldn't exist because obviously the timeline shift. Because wasn't it X-Men Origins Wolverine where they sort of had what's the word like
Yeah, it sort of had Deadpool, but like his mouth was completely covered.
Oh god, yeah. It was really weird because didn't he basically have all the abilities from like Cyclops and was it the teleport? I forgot what the guy's name was, but was it Nightcrawler where he could teleport as well? Was it that one? I think he had his ability. I think it was Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he can basically just teleport around everywhere he wants.
Yeah, because he can teleport as well. So that's how it works. So Yeah, I mean, because he had the not an adamantium claw, but he had an adamantium skeleton, and he had adamantium blades in his arms, like two huge swords, basically. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was. What did you think of X-Men Origins Wolverine? I thought it was actually a decent film, to be fair.
Uh, I think they could have went a lot further with it.
Mm.
Like, I think there was some. I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm being very general here. But I think, from what I remember, they made it so there were a lot of plot holes and stuff in his story.
Oh yeah.
And so I think it was which film was it? There was one. Yeah, it was Days of Future Past. Basically, had to reboot all that. I basically said nope, that didn't happen
Mm. Yeah.
because it got such a bad reception.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean that's how it happened. And no, what? Because are there going to be any films after X? Oh, there is. I think going to be another film after Apocalypse, but I thought Apocalypse was a bit meh. I didn't really like it.
I haven't watched it, weirdly enough.
Oh, okay.
I
But yeah.
I, I just heard it wasn't that great.
No. But I think it's Wolverine who makes a cameo in that, because that's where they break him out of the Weapon X facility, basically. So that's yeah, he still has his adamantium skeleton. So he didn't. I think he was. This was slightly after he got the skeleton, and he was sort of like he got possessed. He was wearing some sort of headgear that basically possessed him, and he was a killing machine. Basically, that's what happened. And then they let him go of that, and then I think Jean Grey basically restored some of his memories. So that's how he basically got to like point in Logan, I think. Because what wasn't it in Logan that he started deteriorating even faster than sort of expected, wasn't it? I think.
Oh yeah, there were like he struggled to get his claws out of points. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, 'cause it wasn't it his healing factor, I think.
Oh yeah, that was slowing down. So like he was surprised whenever he got shot by bullets and it actually hurt.
Oh yeah, because I remember it's in X-Men. No, it's the older X-Men films. Literally, he gets shot, bounces off his adamantium skeleton, comes out and gets healed instantly, so doesn't feel much.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah,
and I think he is so. I think he's meant to be so old in Logan that I think I'm not spoiling the end of Logan because I'm not going that far, but I think they could pump out a couple more X-Men films because he looks really really old in Logan, so I think they could just like set his age back a bit for the other X-Men films.
yeah. Oh, but I'm pretty sure. It was didn't Hugh Jackman pretty much say, "Oh, I'm quitting X-Men at this point"? I think.
Uh, I don't really know if he said
Uh,
that, though. Wouldn't be
I,
surprised if he
I
did.
don't know because he's gonna like turn 50 this year, I think. So it's getting up there.
Yeah, and like after he finished Logan, I think he started working on Greatest Showman and all that stuff, which
Yeah.
apparently was his passion project for a couple of years.
Mm. Yeah. Uh, plus, who doesn't want to see? Oh, absolutely, Angels. Yeah. Hugh Jackman's awesome. I thought he was. Any other good Hugh Jackman films? I thought Real Steel was actually a really good film that Hugh Jackman was in. Any other good ones? I'm not sure. I haven't seen that many of his films actually, but I thought Real Steel was good. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna send out the link if she wants to. Yeah. But anyway, I thought I think Hugh Jackman did a great thing with like he was a really good Wolverine, but it's weird because the fact that it's weird because he never aged, and obviously because he got older as time went on, he actually looked older when he was supposed to be younger. It's really weird, isn't it? Really.
Oh yeah, he wasn't meant to age. I forgot about that.
Yeah. No, no, he's not supposed to age, but I meant like Hugh Jackman looks really different compared to like in later films because obviously he was like what 32, I think, 31, 32 at that point. So he was quite young when he did the first X-Men film. So yeah,
Yeah, you're talking like early 2000s there.
yeah. Angel says, I mean, he's sexy AF, but in all seriousness, he's actually a brilliant actor. Well, yeah. obviously. But yeah, I mean, I also another thing, Angels. I love his accent as well, Australian accent. He has a great accent as well, so I'm just gonna fanboy over that as well. But yeah, yeah, I really like Hugh Jackman. I think he should do more films. But yeah, I mean, I remember going back to Avengers. I think Hugh Jackman said, yeah, his accent works. Oh, that's true. But yeah, I mean, it was Hugh Jackman. He said he wanted to apparently be in future Avengers films. I think. So yeah, this was Avengers 2 before obviously Age of Ultron happened.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
say like this. It could be interesting if you played another character, but that could really fuck with the universe.
oh yeah, because I remember, wasn't it Chris Evans who played Human Torch before he played Captain America?
Yeah, and those universes were kept separate. There was a couple of our characters like that too, I think.
Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember exactly. I think there was, but I can't remember any instances. But that was a big one. But I mean, it sort of like flopped, didn't it? So the films and that, so they've rebooted it. It's really funny because the original Fantastic Four films were brilliant compared to the new one that came out.
Yeah, like I sort of have a nostalgia goggles over the older ones because I watched them when I was younger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched them when I was like what, like 7 years old or something. Really young.
Yeah, looking back, it's really not something you should have been watching at that age.
Oh yeah. No, no, but they were actually rated PG, which was weird. So I think that's why my parents let me watch it. Yeah.
That's probably because like some of the naked scenes were invisible.
Oh, true. Yeah, because she had to like take her clothes off to become invisible. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I actually I thought the film was all right, but in the Fantastic Four, I just thought it got so rushed, and Doctor Doom was a bit shit in that film, personally.
Or is that called Font Four Stick?
Which one? Oh, I didn't catch that. Sorry.
The new one.
Yeah,
That's
well,
how they call it, like
what
Font Four Stick.
I don't know. The new Fantastic Four, like the 2015 one.
Yeah, it's just with the way the title is. It's I just called Font Four Stick.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you're saying because yeah, okay. That oh yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense because of the A. It's supposed to be an A, isn't it? So yeah. Um. Oh, cool. New people. It's nice. But yeah, I mean, pretty cool. Um. Uh. Getting back to Avengers, like, do you think that now we're gonna have more MCU films? We're gonna have Ant-Man and the Wasp, and we're gonna have the new Spider-Man film as well. Do you think they're gonna reset the timeline? Like, are they gonna go back to before the fight, or what? What do you think is gonna happen in the next film?
Yeah, they would have to do some retconning to undo that because like once Thanos has all the Infinity Stones, everyone is dead. You can't really
Yeah,
go anywhere from there. They're gonna have to
yeah.
retcon it in some way.
I mean, I don't know because I think you mentioned like the gauntlet was all messed up after, so you can't really use it, can he?
Yeah,
So
like I don't know. Like whenever he snapped his fingers, and then like he was taken to this place with the water on the sunset. I'm not
oh,
really sure what that was meant to symbolize.
mm, yeah. I'm not sure. Is it sort of like a fresh start? He was sort of teleported out of it, or I don't really understand.
Uh, I think after that he sort of left, and then like he went back to that planet,
Yeah.
and then people just sort of started withering away after that.
Oh yeah. What his planet or
I think it's meant to be implied that like Titan is back to what it originally was.
oh
Like, I think that was one of his actual goals. I don't know how he managed to do that, but
uh,
they just bring his home planet back to what it was
Yeah.
instead of falling apart.
Yeah. What I found weird was they didn't, because he said destroy half the universe. He didn't actually wipe Earth in half. He just wiped the people out, which I thought was weird. He didn't actually really destroy the planet as such.
Um,
Or was that just budget limitations and CGI, or I don't know?
well, whenever he said that, I sort of interpreted it as wiping out half the people.
Oh, okay.
That's what I sort of took it as whenever I heard it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Well, he accomplished that because basically, I think half the Avengers are gone. It's funny because the all the Avengers that people are saying were going to die didn't die, and the ones that said they wouldn't die did die. Thought that was a bit of a bait and switch.
Oh, so that's what you meant by the bait and switch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Whenever you said that, I thought you meant about oh, what's his name? Vision.
Oh,
Whenever that scene happened,
yeah.
and then I was in my mind, I was like, okay, the stone's destroyed. There's nothing you can do.
Oh God! And then
And
he
then,
reversed time and he came
and
back
then
and pulled it out of his head.
I forgot he had that stone on him.
Oh, but I think that's the whole thing we were supposed to forget, isn't it? It was supposed to put us in that position.
But like, I went to watch it with a friend, and he was like, "How did you not remember? It was only a couple of minutes beforehand he took the stone."
Oh God, yeah. I went with a group of friends from my uni. I think about 7 of us. So it was quite nice. But yeah, we were like shocked when that happened. We literally gasped out loud, all of us. So yeah. Oh
And then
God.
like, he brought up the point that he said earlier in the film he wanted to collect all the stones, but if one of the stones is destroyed, he has all the stones anyway.
Oh, what do you mean by that? I don't really understand.
Like, he says he wants all the stones that
Yeah,
existed.
yeah.
So if one of the stones was destroyed and he had the rest of them, he technically had all the stones anyway.
Oh, okay. Ben says I would continue watching, but I don't want spoilers. Well, sorry, it says spoilers in the title, mate. So there you go. Watch if you want, whatever. But yeah, anyway, it's yeah. But I mean, it's just sort of been building up to this, and also I just liked at the beginning when Loki sort of did a double cross. I thought that was quite cool, but then obviously he died. So
Yeah, like whenever he was killed off that early in the film, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be serious.
yeah.
Whenever you kill a character off, major character off within the first 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, because he was like nobody could touch him in like the except the Hulk, obviously. Like literally no one except the Hulk could like touch Loki in the first Avengers film, and like Thanos literally just killed him like that.
I love how they were making jokes to the first Avengers.
Yeah.
Whenever they were in that scene, it's like, oh, we have a Hulk,
Oh yeah.
or puny little man, or something like that. I think
Oh no.
Thanos
Oh
was.
oh no. Was it? It's. Oh yeah. This. Was it Puny God? That was the one.
Yeah, which
Oh
is the thing Hulk said.
yeah. It's like. It's like I am my God, and you will bow down before me, and then he just starts slamming him about everywhere. Oh God,
Yeah.
that's brilliant. But yeah, I mean, the Avengers films, like, where would you rank this out of all of them? Do you think it would be the best one, or?
I think they have a lot of momentum on their side, and if they pull part two off,
Yeah,
and that's a big if,
yeah.
it could be the best one.
Oh
Age of
yeah.
Ultron, Age of Ultron, I thought was good, but it wasn't the best.
Hmm.
I have to say.
I like the first one. Yeah, I thought the first one was really good, and they had like their first like major fight, and the thing is like they always reference the Battle of New York. It's like, oh, 8 years later, I'm still, I still can't, get out of my head. So I think because that was Tony Stark's main thing after Avengers, it's sort of like he's mentally scarred, isn't he? PTSD.
Yeah, like even in the film, he's just like, "Oh, we're in New York now. Look at what happened last time. It's gonna
Yeah.
be on 10 times worse."
Oh yeah, because Thanos is like an entire army, and that was. Oh, actually, no, it was Avengers Part One, the very first film. That was sort of like a foreshadowing because that was actually Thanos sent him, so it's sort of a foreshadowing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just sort of. I think it was Thanos' first attempt to get the Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Like the Tesseract one.
Because that's what he used. That's what Loki used to mind control people. And I just found it funny because he had to tap them on the chest to control them, and he couldn't do it because of Iron Man's arc reactor. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, like there's no heart really there to touch.
Yeah. Mm. Well, he does have a heart, but is basically that is his working heart. He still has one though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, one scene, I think it was probably one of my favorite scenes of the film, is where I think the Guardians and half of the Avengers try and trap Thanos, and it actually works.
Oh yeah, but then wasn't it one of them got sort of vengeful, wasn't it? And then he escaped.
Yeah, it was I think Chris Pratt's character.
Oh yeah,
Like he realizes one of the team members was killed, so he in my mind I was like, just give it about 10 more seconds, wait till the gauntlet's off, then punch him. But
yeah,
no, he just couldn't wait, and the film could have ended right there if they got the gauntlet off him.
yeah. Well, but you know, plot holes, box office, they need to make money. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But I thought Thanos' scenes with Gamora were actually pretty good. I like the origin sort of thing with that. Hmm. But yeah, I mean, Thanos. It's like they screwed up and sort of did things here and there that made things worse, which I thought was funny. It's just little things here and there that just sort of made things worse. Hmm. But it was like wasn't it Spider-Man that was it Thanos versus Iron Man and Spider-Man, and like Spider-Man was getting thrown about. And then was it Iron Man got nearly killed, and then Doctor Strange got sort of like toe to toe with Thanos, and then he had to give up his the stone that he wore on his around his neck, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was the time control stone.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's just like, all right, I'm back to Earth. I'm gonna take the other stone.
Oh yeah, and that's how he got. It's a bit weird because he used one stone to get the other. That's what Thanos did with the Vision. Because it was Scarlet Witch. She killed Vision by destroying the stone, and then Thanos brought Vision back, ripped out the stone, and killed him anyway. I just thought that was really funny.
We were earlier there. We were talking about ways they could do part two.
Yeah.
Did you watch after the credits by any
Oh
chance?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We stayed for the whole thing.
Oh yeah. I think they could just pull Captain Marvel there and
Oh
just bring
oh
her in.
yeah. Because isn't she having her own film? Was it next year? I think.
I think so, and then they're gonna do part two.
Because that was the Captain Marvel film's going to be set in the 90s before the whole before like the Iron Man film started, because that was what kicked off the MCU. So yeah, that's before this whole thing happened. So at least they can do a proper origin story and not worry about Avengers at least. But I mean, wasn't it Nick Fury that had the what was it called? What was it? It was the he didn't him and was it Maria Hill who were sort of like you're driving through. They sort of saw everything going to shit because they saw a car crash in front of them, helicopter explode, and then they started disintegrating themselves. So he sent out a distress signal.
Yeah, like I sort of forgot his character existed
Oh
after
yeah,
after Age of Ultron. I'm like, oh, he
oh yeah,
exists now.
oh
I
yeah.
forgot about him.
Because last time I remember him like distinctly was Captain America: Winter Soldier. That was when I
Yeah, and that
last
was
saw.
like at the start of Phase 3.
Oh yeah. Because so wasn't it like Shield? Hydra took over Shield. It's sort of like how the Nazis like put their way to the top, wasn't it? It's sort of like that, how they did it bit by bit, and then they took over. So then Captain America basically went up against Shield.
Yeah, and then it was the internet basically broke whenever the whole Hydra thing came about.
Oh yeah, because the guy the head of Shield, he was actually the head of Hydra, which I found really funny. Because he was the one that like sort of interrogated Bucky, wasn't it? Because he's the guy that ran everything.
Yeah, like at the end of Black Panther, I sort of forgot Bucky existed too.
Oh yeah. No, because they froze him so he could like clear his mind or something.
Yeah, now I think he's pretty back to normal. I think in Winter Soldier he was like pretty I think towards the end of it he was like just pretty 50-50.
Hmm.
And then well no, it's a Civil War I'm thinking of. He was pretty 50-50, but in
Oh yeah.
Winter Soldier like he was pretty unhinged.
Oh yeah. Um, because it was only at the end when Captain America says, "I'll stay with you till the end of the line," and then he realized, "Oh, I remember that. I remember when he said that," and then he sort of saved him that way, wasn't it?
Um yeah, again, like some of the earlier films I haven't watched in a while, so
Oh, okay.
it's taken some memories to remember what happens.
Mm. But yeah, I mean, that's he. No, they basically fight each other. Well, they don't really fight. They sort of Captain America basically surrenders himself because he couldn't bring himself to fight his best friend. So Bucky basically beats him up, and then they drown, and then Bucky saves him. That's what happens basically in Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, isn't it like in Winter Soldier, like they're on this big ship in the sky,
Yeah.
and then it's like he has to save him, or he has to try to save him
Hmm.
before they would crash the ship.
Oh no! Oh, that's the first Avenger.
All right.
Are you talking about the one where the Red Skull ship and they had to crash it into the ocean before it went to America?
Oh no, I'm talking about no, I'm talking about this one where it's in the sky and like he sort of has to decide on whether to save Bucky or not because there it looks like the thing's gonna crash.
Hmm. Yeah.
I forget which film it is. I
Oh,
think
I
it's
can't.
Winter Soldier.
I think so. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I think it was actually, but I mean, they've had loads of stuff in the Captain America films, so yeah. Hmm. But I mean, yeah, I thought Captain America Winter Soldier was my favorite personally. I thought the action in that was actually really good. So yeah, I really enjoyed that film, but I thought Civil War was a bit. I didn't really like it apart from the big fight with Spider Man.
I think it went on for a bit too
Too
long,
long.
I'd say.
Yeah. And then obviously they broke up, and then I think it was Bruce Banner who basically said, "Oh, because he wasn't there, so he was like, oh, we need to reassemble the Avengers again,' and then that's basically what happened."
Yeah, like he's missed pretty much everything. He's
Yeah,
like, oh, there's a Spider-Man now. No, there's not, man. What is going on here?
yeah, because he wasn't. Last one he was in was Age of Ultron, so he's missed like what 2 years worth of films. Yeah. Mm. And yeah, I just found it weird because it was a spider. How it was really funny because the Spider-Man when he saw the big ship and he was in the bus and he basically got his friend to like make that distraction. It's like we're gonna die, and then he jumps out the window. So that was
Yeah,
pretty funny.
I'm pretty sure one of my friends pointed out like there is somebody that's looking at him in that shot that can clearly see him going outside of that bus.
Oh wow, maybe they don't realize. Maybe they might, you know, or you never know. He could be a future villain or something. You never know. Yeah, I mean, it could have been an oversight. It could have been some sort of plot hole or something.
Or just like the editor did not notice him.
Editor, yeah. I mean, it's going to be quite hard if you're going to edit such a wide shot with like tiny faces inside of a bus. It's going to be pretty much impossible to edit that anyway. So
Yeah, like out of all 20 extras, chances are you're gonna have one looking in the wrong direction.
yeah. Oh wow. No, I was too engrossed in the film, so I didn't even see that. So I have to have a look again. But yeah, I really enjoyed that scene. But yeah, he basically got destroyed again, and then obviously they went to space, didn't they? So that's how he got his Iron Spider suit because they went to space, I think.
Well, yeah, he had no other choice to really take it.
Hmm. Yeah. And yeah, I mean he made use of those was it 8 retractable legs, wasn't it? I think he's got 8 retractable legs on his back, I think.
Uh, yeah, so it's like an actual spinner.
Yeah. And then it's like he sort of had to do that because they were going into space. And then wasn't it? Was it Tony Stark was having a wedding or something at that point when they were in space?
Yeah, I think they were planning it out,
Okay.
but I think it was Piper that really didn't want him going because
Oh,
in case he got himself killed, which he later did.
no, he didn't die exactly. He nearly died. It was
Yeah.
99%. Yeah. He's to be fair, he might die in the next you know, he might die in the next film anyway. So yeah. Mm. But yeah, I mean, how many times did he nearly die? Well, Iron Man 1, he got the obviously the heart surgery. Iron Man 2, he had the whiplash, who nearly killed him when he was on at Monaco. And then Iron Man 3 had Ultrich Killian, who was that close to killing him because he like destroyed like half his suit. So yeah, he was close to death on all occasions.
Then you had the end of the first Avengers.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah, he's nearly died a lot of times now.
oh yeah. But that's how he got his post-traumatic stress disorder. It was all about that sort of thing, like oh, Battle of New York, I'm not gonna have that again, sort of thing.
I think they will eventually have to go back to the big ball in New York. It's just they'll have to do it on a far bigger scale than what was before.
Oh yeah, because wasn't it first Avengers was New York and the second one was Sokovia, I think the Russian. Was it where Scarlet Witch was from, right?
Yeah, and then like they ended up like lifting a massive city
Oh yeah,
off the ground,
yeah,
and I'm not really sure if they ever got it back down safely.
yeah. I
I
don't
think
think
it's
they did.
just,
I don't think
from
they
what I
did.
remember, it just sort of dropped.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then Age of Ultron, it had the Quicksilver I don't like.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that version of Quicksilver.
Yeah, because they have two versions of Quicksilver. They have Magneto's son in the X-Men films, and you have the Avengers Quicksilver.
Yeah, I think I like the X-Men one better
Oh
because
yeah.
like the Avengers one really didn't have much character, and he was more just came off as, hey, I'm fast, I can do things.
Yeah, basically. But they sort of needed to have him because obviously the origin story of Scarlet Witch, their brother and sister. So they kind of one without the other, really. They sort of had to have him.
Yeah, but even then, like during his death, you sort of just watched with a straight face.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, but I mean, he sort of seemed a bit underpowered compared to his X-Men one because in the X-Men one it was, I think it was it Days of Future Past? Oh, it must, yeah, no, it must probably
Yeah,
Days
it
of
was that one.
Yeah, Days of Future Past, where he ran through everything and got everyone out just in time.
Yeah, and then there was the one where like there was that scene where he had to like be breaking out of jail, and he just completely stops time, messes with everybody, and then goes.
Oh yeah. Oh, and with all the food and the drink going everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and with the guns. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, because that's what speedsters do. They I think generally in these sorts of films, like also like in the Flash TV show, they like cross the guns over so nobody gets shot, but they get knocked out with the whole momentum of the gun, which I think is quite clever. Hmm.
Yeah, it's a way to sort of minimize damage and not kill anybody while you're doing it.
Yeah. Hmm. But yeah, I mean, it's like in the Flash TV show, he can basically stop time now. So yeah. Do you watch the TV shows or are you not really?
I got to the start of season 3. I
Hmm.
haven't really watched beyond there.
Okay. Season 3 is actually decent, and I like season 4 actually. But the problem with do you want me to spoil it for you? Because they reveal the identity of Savitar at the end. You
Uh,
probably know who he is anyway.
yeah, you could sort of work it out from the early episodes.
Yeah, because he says, "I am the future, Flash," but it's the way he says it. It's not. People think it's the way he says it, not what he says. Hmm. But yeah, I mean that's that's how it worked, and Yeah, I mean the TV shows. Also with Marvel, what do you think's gonna happen with the TV shows? Do you think how closely linked are the TV shows to the MCU? Aren't they sort of like loosely linked? Right, I think.
I know Agents of Shield is, I say, pretty heavily linked.
Yeah, because it's got all the characters. So yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't think they mentioned it all that much in the films.
Mm, yeah.
Um, what other one is there? Agent Carter got cancelled.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I
'Cause-
think it was, I don't know. I read it got cancelled a while back.
oh yeah.
Um, what other ones are there?
Agent
Uh,
Carter.
oh
Oh,
yeah, there's like Jessica Jones and all that ones.
the Netflix shows. So you got Jessica Jones, Luke
Yeah,
Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, Daredevil. That's the one. But yeah,
yeah. I wonder if any of those could join in any of the other films, but
yeah. But
probably different content.
I mean, what's the word? Like they sort of be a bit too weak, to be fair. I think.
You could have Luke Cage in there at some points.
Oh yeah, yeah. Luke Cage would be good. Jessica Jones is super strength, and Iron Fist can basically like harness everyone's energy to use it for himself. So, I mean, they'd be good. But Daredevil, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure for a big sort of. If it was more human versus human fights, I think Daredevil would be really good. But he's not really good for like aliens, if you will.
Yeah, Daredevil versus Thanos is a pretty one-sided fight.
Yeah. Because wasn't it wasn't it like when Captain America went up against Thanos? He basically survived because of his shield and his martial arts skills, basically.
Is this Infinity War we're talking about?
Infinity War. So yeah, Infinity War, where you see in the trailer when Thanos is trying to hold him down, but he's like resisting, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, this is whenever Vision is getting the thing
Oh
destroyed.
yeah, in like the forest area.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I sort of liked. I think that scene did have a good bit of impact. I think they could have developed Vision and Wanda a bit more to make it
Hmm.
to make the audience feel more.
Yeah,
That's probably just me as a filmmaker talking, but um, yeah, I think they could have just did a bit more character development beforehand. Probably add a couple of extra scenes in other
hmm.
films
Yeah, because he
because
was. Yeah, wasn't he only in like 3 films? He was Age of Ultron, Civil War, and now Infinity War. I think it was 3 films, right?
yeah, after Civil War, which he barely played any part in, he just sort of disappeared and people forgot about him.
Oh yeah. No, I just remember him from when he played the voice of Jarvis. That's all I remember really. Mm. But yeah, wasn't it? The mind wasn't it sort of like Ultron? Wasn't they sort of like battled it out, and Ultron turned evil because he saw like what the humans created. So like all the wars and stuff.
Yeah, so the AI, I think it was the AI was like that. All this is fucked up. Yeah,
Uh,
this is not great. It just sort of turns against itself,
hmm.
and then I think Vision is partly creative.
Yeah. I mean that's why it's like he's because wasn't it designed to be like a police force and an army to like save the human race? But he thought, oh, the human race needs to be saved by destroying it.
Yeah, like I think his view was the human race is too far gone, so I might as well destroy it before it makes itself worse.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of what Thanos is doing. Destroy half the universe to make it better.
It's really a moral dilemma there if you think about it.
Mm.
Cause like, okay, are you willing to pay like a high price in the short term to have a longer term peace?
Yeah, that's true. Uh, yeah, I mean, getting back to Infinity War, where would you rank this in the overall MCU?
I would say, see, before this, Doctor Strange was sort of a favorite Marvel film, so
Yeah.
I would say probably I wouldn't it wouldn't be too far off one. I'm being honest.
Hmm.
Um, and then I would probably have it and Doctor Strange sort of is tied together.
Yeah. And then
And then probably
what about below that?
and then probably Ragnarok below that. The original Avengers. Um, say Ant-Man was pretty good.
Yeah.
Uh, Iron Man 2 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I haven't really thought about making a list yet, but those are definitely being there.
Yeah. What do you think of Iron Man 3? I
Um,
thought it was a bit weird film.
I thought it was good. I just think it was a little bit overhyped
Oh yeah.
and a bit misleading by the trailers.
Oh, the trailer, because you saw the Mandarin in the trailers, and you thought it's gonna be like the guy you see in the cartoons. Because they have is it Iron Man Armored Adventures? That was like the big cartoon they used to have, and the Mandarin in that is gonna be like sort of similar to the one they had in that cartoon. So everyone thought, oh, he's gonna be like a big bad, sort of deep voiced, with 10 rings. So, but it was just Ultrich Killian with the extremist serum. That was it.
Yeah, most of the film was like, yeah, just be careful who you walk around because some of them might blow up in your face.
Oh yeah. And it was what I liked about the film was the fact that he didn't have his armor on him. It was just Tony being a genius, really.
Yeah, I liked sort of him, the kid. Like
Oh yeah,
he sort of just pushed away the kid at first, but then he started to warm up to him.
oh yeah. Mm. Because he was like stranded in the middle of nowhere, and he had to sort of like use the kid's place to like charge up his armor. I think.
And
Mm.
then he sort of just left him after that.
I was like, "Bye, kid," and then I think he just drove off, didn't he? And he's like, "Yeah, get me a tuna sandwich as well." So, and then the kid sort of chased after him, and then obviously they got attacked by one of the extremist soldiers. So yeah. And that's why he sort of like used that. He sort of used a microwave to blow everyone up. So that's how the extremist soldier died, basically. I thought that was quite clever, but I mean, I'd say Infinity War is probably up there. I haven't actually seen Doctor Strange. I need to see it. I saw the cartoons back in the day, and they were really good. So hopefully, I've high expectations for it. Because they had I don't know if you've seen it. I think it was in 2007. They had like a cartoon film about him, and that was actually really good.
I haven't seen that one,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
one thing I sort of like about Doctor Strange is it sort of messes with your mind
hmm.
because it shows like sort of psychedelic effects and
Hmm.
it it does have a good bit of comedy in it
Yeah.
because you
Hmm.
see sort of Doctor Strange taking the piss a bit in Infinity War as well.
Oh yeah. You know what? They could do this in part two if he comes back, but what they really missed was doing a Sherlock joke because they were both Sherlock at one point.
Oh yeah, like I had another friend that was just sitting beside me,
Yeah.
and then like he just came over to me. It was like there's two Sherlocks arguing with each other, and
Yeah.
then I just sort of hit him after that because
Yeah.
I couldn't
Yeah. Oh
notice it.
yeah, and yeah, they should have been like no shit Sherlock at some point. Yeah, because they've the Sherlock from the films and the Sherlock from the TV series. But yeah. Hmm. I've seen a few episodes of Sherlock and I actually really like it. So yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
really
it's just each episode's like the length of a decent sized film.
yeah, not fit a decent size. I'd say half a decent sized film because it's about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah. So you'd really have to like you can't really marathon the series. You'd have to like watch them at one at
Yeah,
a time.
yeah, because say like with normal TV shows, they're around 40 minutes long. I can marathon those easy, but this is like three times that. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really like that. But yeah, going back to Infinity War, are there any deaths that you like predicted like accurately or not? Because I didn't predict any really. Well, apart from Vision, I didn't expect any. My predictions didn't come true.
Um. Oh, did I expect any deaths? Um. I did sort of whenever I was watching this film, I was like, What's her name again? Um, the one that gets thrown off the cliff.
Oh, Gamora.
Yeah, I sort of expected the Gamora to die because she was like, if I if he takes me, shoot me. I was like,
Oh,
you would not be saying this if you weren't gonna get shot later on.
oh, that's true. Because didn't he kill her with like her own blade that he designed for her or something? I
Yeah, I
think it
think
was.
that was sort of symbolic to give him more of a taste of his own medicine.
Yeah,
And then it turns out he set the trap the entire time.
yeah. Oh yeah, that was the trap at the beginning with the illusion, where she thought she was killing him.
Yeah, I was like, right, something's fishy about this. There's no way he's dying right here, right now, about 20 minutes in.
Yeah, he's got another, an hour, 2 hours, another film to go after that. So, but
You
what
wouldn't
do you?
be you
Oh,
wouldn't
so,
be hyping all this up just to have him die in the first 20 minutes.
oh yeah. Or they could like pull an Iron Man 3 and surprise everyone.
Guess so.
Yeah, but what do you think is going to happen to him in the next film?
Um, I think that see, it's hard to tell from what way to left off because he's sort of just sitting there on his home planet by
Mm,
himself.
yeah,
I think they're gonna have to get Captain Marvel and she'll find some way to reverse everything that's done.
yeah,
And then I think they'll all have to fight him at once because the sort of just for the whole Thanos fight, the sort of each just split up into smaller
yeah,
groups. When I think they could take them on if
together. Yeah,
considered strength in numbers, I think they just take them
yeah,
on if they take them on all at once.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, it was oh, can't remember what it was. It was like in you saw in like the Justice League film how they just had Superman at the end for the last like half an hour, and he could have like finished everything, at the start if they woke him up earlier.
Oh yeah, I really did not like how overpowered he was in that film. Like the second he came out, he sort of just destroyed the entire Justice League.
Yeah,
Like within about 5 seconds, I was like, okay, clearly this
yeah.
guy's not dying anytime soon.
Yeah, because he can even keep up with the Flash as well, which is quite, surprising. Yeah, because he saw like Flash go into like Flash time and like slow everything down, and then Superman turned around and like
Yeah,
yeah,
he just turned his head and that creeped me out a bit.
yeah, yeah, and they raced each other at the end of the film, I think as well.
Yeah, I think I was sort of a reference to the comics,
Yeah,
to where
um,
I was like, yeah, Flash sort of had a race with him, and
yeah,
then by the end of it, I think Flash wins, and then Superman was like, "Ah, it was just for charity anyway, didn't count."
but to be fair, I think Flash would win because he is a speedster. So, but yeah, I remember it was a Flash versus Supergirl in Supergirl TV show because they needed to like take him back in time or something back to his own planet, I think.
Oh yeah, because he got like stuck in that dimension for a day or
Oh
something like
yeah,
that.
was it Earth? Was it Earth 38? I think that's what it was. Earth 38.
I'm not really sure, but I
I
think it
think.
was
Yeah,
just whenever.
I think that's
Uh,
what her Earth, Supergirl's Earth, is called. And I found it really funny when they had the first team up between, Arrow season 5, I think it was, when they had they're fighting I forgot what it's called, the aliens that came over. Because you had the four-way crossover, and I found it really funny when he was like was it Brandon Ruth when he played Superman? He's like, she looks a bit like my cousin. I thought that was really funny. Yeah.
oh, that's a joke only some fans would really get.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember watching the Superman Returns. I thought that film was a bit. I didn't really like it. Like it, to be fair.
I'm not sure if I watched it or not.
It's really old. It's 2006. But yeah, I've got one more person in the chat. earlier. What are you guys talking about? So I just said superhero films in general. So yeah, I mean, I do like the DC TV shows, but the only one I've sort of hesitating to watch is I haven't really watched is Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl. Those are the ones I haven't watched.
Legends of Tomorrow season one gets pretty good. I haven't watched season two, but apparently it's better.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Because then is it season 3 has finished, I think, because they've got, well, it hasn't it finished, but they've got like that big evil super villain devil thing, and season 1 was who was it again? Oh yeah, the guy with the I keep forgetting his name, Vandal Savage, that's the one. And then season 2, they sort of had the team up, the supervillain team up. So you had what was it? Uh, Reverse Flash, Malcolm Merlin, and what was his name? Damien Dark. They sort of teamed up, and then it was like Reverse Flash versus Legends, I think, in the final fight. So yeah, well, that'll be interesting. I need to watch it, but anyway, it's yeah. I think Legends of Tomorrow is sort of like their version of Avengers. I think on the TV screen because they've got the Defenders on the Netflix. They've got DC TV. You've got the Legends. Then you've got the Avengers in the MCU. So I think they're sort of trying to keep it separate for now. They might in the Marvel universe. They might integrate it later, but I don't see how they can because there's a big sort of budget disparity between the TV shows and films. You can see a difference. You know, it just looked weird when you see Daredevil in his like his little suit, and then you see like him next to like Thor. You think there's a big difference there. But yeah. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, I going back to Infinity War. Keep going off tangents, but with all the group that I went to, they were literally silent throughout the entire film with their mouths open. Yeah, so it was shocking. So, hmm. So what was it like in your sort of theater when you cinema where you went? Was it sort of the same reaction? Were there loads of screaming and crying and stuff? Is he there? Hello. Don't know where he's gone. I'll just wait. Uh, anyway, while we wait for him, the theatre that I went to, it was my local Odeon, and it was mental. When, yeah, it was mental. There's people like screaming, crying, cheering. It was like, it's from one moment to the next. It was a whirlwind, so it was hilarious, and the theatre was packed because they had like 4 separate screens for like the one film, so it was packed, all of them. Mm. It's pretty good though. But yeah, it sort of threw me off the film when people started cheering. I was like, hang on, guys, can I just watch? But yeah. You still there? That's weird. Uh, just wait for him. Uh, okay. Superheroes. Oh, okay. While we wait, I could probably bring up the Marvel roadmap and have a look at what's coming up next. Um, yeah, let's bring up the Marvel roadmap quickly. And Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'll just share this, and we can have a look at what's coming up next. Screen share. Ooh, Matrix. There we are. Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, first film was Iron Man, which of course we've talked about before. Kevin Feige, of course, he's the main guy that does it. Ah, here we are. Feature films. Chronological order. Phase 1. the Iron Man, the Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers, obviously. All of these films, they had, if I remember correctly, they had a Nick Fury cameo at the end where he basically says, "Oh guys, we need a superhero team, come and join the Avengers," basically. And then Iron Man 3, which takes place after, where he has the nightmares about New York. Thor: The Dark World, Captain America: Winter Soldier, where he basically discovers that Bucky's still alive, and he basically fights him in the street after he finds out after he takes off his mask. So, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers: Age of Ultron, where obviously Age of Ultron is where he has the Tony Stark creates an AI, and he has loads of vibranium suits, and they have to destroy them all because they go all rogue. So, and then Ant-Man, great film as well, by the way. Ant-Man's a really good film. But yeah, that's basically Hank Pym. He creates this technology where you can basically shrink yourself, basically to infinity, and that's how the Wasp basically, the original Wasp anyway. That's how she basically sort of died. Well, not died, but she's sort of not in existence, if you will. So that's how it works. Captain America: Civil War, so that's sort of like a mini Avengers film where they basically break up with everyone. That's Russo brothers as well. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, basically a continuation of that. Spider-Man Homecoming, which is basically the first Spider-Man film of the MCU, and it's basically a reboot. So they don't tell the origin story, and they just have him fight Vulture and his cronies, really. Thor Ragnarok, we mentioned. Black Panther, I haven't actually seen, but I've heard mixed things about it. Avengers Infinity War, obviously. Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is going to be it's going to be set before Infinity War, if I remember correctly. And then Captain Marvel's going to be set in the 90s, so that's going to be, unaffected by Infinity War. And then obviously Infinity War Part 2, which is directed by the Russo brothers as well. And then post Phase 3, and then Homecoming sequel, obviously. That's 2019, that's not 2020, actually. And then Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which is 2020. So Amazing Spider-Man 2, not Amazing Spider-Man 2, like Homecoming 2, we have to wait basically another year and a bit. So not long, actually. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the MCU for you. So yeah, I mean, I've covered that. So anything else, really, that you want to add? Are you still there? Don't think he's there. Anyway, if he's not there, then I might wrap this up soon. But anyway, just going back to the Avengers film, if you guys haven't seen it, it's basically what's the word? It's surprising, so it's a double cross basically. So you don't expect it coming. So it's really weird. So what I'd say is most of the characters die, and like the people you think aren't gonna die. So like Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Nick Fury, Scarlet Witch, I think died as well. What else? Who else died? Like loads of the Guardians of the Galaxy died as well. But like I don't. Well, I'm pretty much guaranteed that Hawkeye and Ant-Man haven't died yet because they're coming in the next one. So yeah, because Hawkeye was off doing some expedition. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something different. He wasn't actually in the film, so yeah. I mean that's Infinity War. It's basically a shit show in a whirlwind of emotions and things that happen, and you won't. It's sort of like you'll be on your edge of your seat the entire time. You don't know when he's going to reach Earth, what planet Thanos is going to, that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much that might wrap this up soon. So anything to add? Are you still there? Might have gone to sleep actually. So I mean, I might as well just wrap this up then. And yeah, it's great. It's a great film. Personally, it's my favorite sort of film in the MCU as well, as Gerard said, and that's it really. If anyone wants to join, I can put the link in the side chat, but otherwise, I might as well wrap this up at this point. Put the hangouts out, but I don't think anyone's going to join, to be fair. So I might as well wrap this up. Um, just a second. But yeah, I mean, it was a well-learned of a film, and I'm still processing it. So there we go. Yeah, I'll probably wrap this up as I think he's probably gone to sleep at this point. It's getting late. It's 1:49 in the morning, so probably wrap this up. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching and thanks to Gerard for joining me in the call. What's his Twitter? His Twitter, I think, is a Sonic fan something on Twitter. Sonic fan. Go link his Twitter on the chat. The Sonic Fan 108. That's his Twitter. I'll link it in the chat as well for everyone to check out. But yeah, I think that's it really. I'm gonna wrap this up because he's gone to sleep, and I'll catch you guys probably tomorrow on the Sunday stream or something. So yeah, I mean, pretty much wrap this up at this point. I think if he's not there. So yeah. Sounds like he's sleeping, so I'll wrap this up. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day.